Shalom, shalom. Call on like how about you know shy by Shimaka, Kodash, double on to the others and the apostles. Give no son, shalom to your elect out there, pushing forth the work and choosing sincerity. First of all, the Lord gave me this which to do this lesson. Secondly, just thinking about life, thinking about everything that's going on and how everyone's affected because, you know, yeah, the rich is getting richer, yeah, the poor is getting poorer. We know that. And end of the day, when shit starts crumbling, Jake's gonna feel the effects of it. Jake's feeling the effects of it now. The reason being is because we're at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to economics, when it comes to really anything in society. Why? Because Esau, Edom, and the other nations, they had a head start above us. And not only that, yeah, you people could say, oh, this society is even. You work hard, you get your money. But these people have had a head start above us, you know. Their grandparents left them funds. They got good jobs. They're in people's wills. They've already bought houses. They're taking advantage of interest rates, so forth and so on, you know. And I just want to bring out a few scriptures and a few articles, and then we're going to wrap it up, man, because these are times being where everyone's being affected, man, for real, because, you know, the dollar power is less. So therefore it's not just what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is it doesn't discriminate, you know? Because if you have $100 million or $1, if the dollar falls, the dollar crashes, we're really on the same level. That's what's going to cause this place to go up in flames because, first of all, that's the reason why society seems okay right now. Because you have a middle class which keeps the poor from eating the rich. Because there's a lot more poor people than there is rich people. And we know there's power in numbers, you know, so easily the poor would succumb the rich. Yeah, the rich, they have weapons, they have ways of defense, but long story short, if the middle class was to wean out, which is they are thinning out, they're joining the poor. It's a lot more middle class people that are going poor than middle class people that are getting rich, you know. So yeah, you put those numbers together, man. Hey, that's turmoil. And in the time of calamity, you're not gonna have a police officer to separate the rich and the poor and things of that sort. It's just gonna be chaos, man. That's why it says because of lack of bread, you know, they shall have swords in their hand, and you know, so forth and so on. But these are what we're looking at as far as today. These are very updated. So if food inflation has went up 2%, and it doesn't look like a lot, it don't sound like a lot, but when you compare orange to apples, or not orange to apples, but when you compare these things side by side of what you're spending and how much you're making, they all matter because it all comes together. You're not just paying 2% inflation on food and everything else is regular. Nah, you're paying an increase on everything else. So you have to add all that and put that into perspective and then ask yourself, are you making more money? Absolutely not. A lot of people are getting paid less. You have very few people who are making more money. And guess what? Just because you're making more money don't mean you're actually making more money. Because they got to take out the taxes, and then inflation is just not stopping for you. So food has gone up 2%, energy inflation has gone up 3%, about 4%. So you're paying more on your electricity, on your light bills, and things of that sort, because the grid is being stressed out, things of that sort. They're squeezing money every way they can out of people, man. They're getting this money ready for war into these bankers' pockets, creating weapons and getting stronger, creating defense systems. Rent's gone up 5.4%. That's insane, man. People are making as much money or less money, and they're in the same houses that's not even getting renovated, that are not getting touched up, but they're paying a lot more in the same location, or maybe somewhere even worse. Services inflation, you paying 5%. So these are times we in, man, where you paying more and you getting less. You paying more and you getting less quality as well, you know. So yeah, let's get the scripture right here, Lord willing. Behold, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 21, straight to the point. Behold, victuals shall be so good and cheap upon the earth. So there's a point in time where everything was so-called affordable, man. The economy was so-called good, man. People was able to make a lot bubble off of $1. You know, you was getting what they call a bang for your buck. I just seen that place. What the hell? So, Lucky, I'm watching the news. That they shall think themselves to be in a good case. In good case. Hey, at a point in time, people was worried about what? Their retirement, their 401ks, their vacations, how they're gonna raise their kids and be happily ever after. And even then shall evils, meaning bad times, grow up on the earth. That's what we've been seeing, man. You know? Since the Great Depression, inflation has not risen up this fast. So evil has just been growing on the earth, slowly but surely. You get these little sprouts of joy where the economy fixes and things are okay, and then shit shuts down. You get these little amazing things where people get distracted and then things go down. Hey, that's how Esau Edom is doing them, rocking them to bed like a seesaw. Gradualism. Gradually killing these people and making them depend upon this beast system. Sword and famine and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. The other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Why? Because motherfuckers going to be after one another. And ultimately, you know, war is coming. And you can't escape a nuclear missile, man. So these are the times that we're in. Bear with me. So, the full list of major United States companies slashing staff this year, from Tesla, Lucid Motors to Google and Apple. You know, so a lot of people been losing their jobs. You know, the people that was bragging, saying I make $100K, I make six figures. You know, all these decorated Joe Blows. You know, all these master degrees, doctorates, and the bachelors, and I have this experience and that and the third. Hey, they all been feeling it. And it's not only because of AI. AI has been having a major impact on jobs, but it's because of the dollar. You know, the power of the dollar. Consumers are spending less because they don't know where their next dollar is going to come from. So therefore, they're not spending as frivolously. So employers are not just hiring anyone, and they're not hiring a lot of people. They're trying to minimize things because the employers, the CEOs, the CFOs, they don't know where the company's next dollar is coming from because niggas is not spending as much as they used to. You know, therefore they can't hire and give these kind of not pointless jobs because, you know, everyone has a purpose or whatnot, but they pretty much they maximize productivity with a minimal or with the minimum amount of people. So they're increasing quality rather than quantity. So they're getting the same amount of work done with less people. That's how they want to do it, so they can keep the money and the machine well oiled, if you could understand, you know. Because a lot of jobs you find out that are that a lot of people have held and being cut off from is manager jobs, and these people are managing managers, if you know what I'm talking about. So bear with me, Baba Kashaw.
The motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with possible life-threatening injuries. No word yet on what led up to the crash.
But so yeah, a lot of jobs where you have a lot of overseers and a lot of overseers and a lot of overseers. So managers managing managers. Economics brought that up to me, you know. So I came to figure that out, man, because a lot of jobs, you have a lot of people just looking after one another, which it's not even necessary, you know. So they cut a lot of that out to where, you know, some people are just picking up more tasks that have higher ups in the company rather than, you know, taking as much breaks as they used to, you know. They take out those people who was holding up space. So they increase the work for the people who are not so-called taking up space. I gotta see this too.
This old condo building being knocked down this morning. This is the 300 block of Riney Avenue, and this is some drone video of that demolition. The construction will begin very soon. Pompano Beach really growing on a new luxury condo building called Solano Residences. That will take place right there on that land.
Bro, where did I see that, bro? Wow. But calm, man. Salakia for that. There's a lot of news that I've been trying to keep up with, and when it comes up, you got to kind of catch it because a lot of it is live. But what was I thinking about? So yeah, Khan. So these people are cutting out these people that are eating up space and pretty much increasing the pay for the people who are not so-called eating up space, and just having them do some more work, and also implementing AI, which is almost sometimes free services, or a lot cheaper than a lot cheaper than a human being, and a lot more effective than a human being. So, people are really feeling that pinch, really feeling that crunch. And for you to get fired from your job right now, and especially if you have a good job, and you trying to replace that good job with another good job, man, you might just blow your head off, man, for real, because ain't no such thing left. You're going to have to do a lot of sucking. So Discord, which is like I don't even got time to explain this shit, but long story short, they're a big company. They cut off 170 employees. And I'm guessing they a lot of it is because of AI, because AI runs a lot of their machines. I've had Discord before. Damn, they're valued at $15 billion. Discord employees learned about the layoffs in all-hands meeting and memo sent by CEO Jason Citron early January. We grew quickly and expanded our workforce even faster, increasing 5 times since 2020. BlackRock planned to cut 3% of its tax, or 3% of its staff. Slovakia. Right the runway. I don't know what that is. eBay cutting 1,000 jobs. That hurts. It don't hurt me. I don't give a fucking damn. But that hurt them people, man, because they probably been so damn comfortable making some good money. You in the headquarters, this, that, and the third. Now you don't know your next dollar coming from. So all that you used to be spending, your car and all that, you have to reassess and reevaluate. Microsoft reducing headcount by 1,900. That's a big company who oversees a lot of other companies. It's like a conglomerate per se, if you know what I'm talking about. Salesforce cutting 700. The Wall Street Journal reported. Flexport. A lot of these companies I've honestly never heard of, but I wouldn't be surprised that they're the common companies that we see all the time, and they're the overseers. They're conglomerates. Like, for example, a conglomerate is something like you can't really boycott. Like, a lot of people that are with the Palestinians want to boycott McDonald's or Pepsi, Starbucks, but the next product that they use as a substitution is under the same company. So you really not making no damn difference. Like Bud Light, Budweiser, Modelo, Corona, them owned by the same people. iRobot laying off 350 employees. Why? Probably because of AI. UPS, they laying about 12,000 jobs in 2024, which is crazy because they just gave like last year they had just gave $100,000 pretty much to all their drivers. Was making 6 figures. So here they are. They thinking they about to be good. They can ride this shit out until the end of the world, until they retire. But they had other plans with them. They start giving you a little bit more money. Next thing you know, you gone. No more money at all whatsoever coming from anywhere from them. PayPal laying off 9%. So we get the gist, man. Niggas is getting laid off. They getting dropped off like a bad habit. Zoom 150. So I'll go into that article on my own when I got some time. But Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. So when we're young, we supposed to be indulging in this truth, having joy in this truth, and not putting off this truth, being busy with, the affairs of being a young turned life. While the evil days come not, so things may be looking normal. So you just out there, you partying 24/7. And you just not giving a damn. You get to the Lord, when you get old and boring. When you get old and bored, when you can't move no more. Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So now y'all, the Lord likes us when we young, man. So that's when the Lord calls a lot of brothers into the truth, when they're young. When they start getting into the fruit of their life, which is, you could say 15, 18, 20-ish. And I don't mean the Lord ain't dealing with no elders, who've come to this thing later. But that's how the Lord likes, for his men to come in. The same way how you like your women, you shouldn't be liking your women too damn young, depending on your age or whatnot. But, you want your women to be rather young than old to come into your life, rather, young than old, so you grow, you get molded, and you really know the person, and you really dealing with the person. Y'all on the same wavelength. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. So the head of the household, these men, they gonna have to bow themselves because shit about to hit the fan. They about to be getting sent to drafts. They about to have to humble down. They about to have to be in shame. And the grinders cease because there are few. So the workers the work is gonna pretty much be gone because ain't gonna be nobody to do the work, and also ain't no money to sustain the economy because there's no money. Ain't gonna be no work because no one's gonna work for free. And I'll read that again. The grinders cease because there are few. Ain't gonna be no grinding done because ain't no work to do. So your garbage trucks, your mailman, your school buses, your UPS deliveries, all these different chains of economy, all these different things that run the economy that you always see, it's gonna come to naught because money is gonna be getting scarce. And those that look out the windows be darkened, spiritually darkened, And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up to the voice of the bird. Because it's so damn quiet. Ain't gonna be no honking, ain't gonna be no factory, ain't gonna be no cement trucks making noises, and these construction sites and all that. You might hear a rooster for the first time. You live in the city, you'll never hear that. Boy, it's so less work. You gonna hear a damn rooster. That when you know shit in the fan. You in the city, you so used to hearing noise, cars booming and zooming. Now you hearing roosters because everybody at work. That's how it was in COVID. You could hear a pin drop during COVID, man. Unless you was in the house blasting the damn the TV, you go outside, man, you could hear a damn pin drop, man. You see like one car per every damn 5 minutes when you used to seeing traffic jams. And the Daughters of Music shall be brought low. Hey, a lot of these singers, man, the quality of music is ass, man. Music ain't the damn same no more. By no means. Continuing on, though, that's really the point, man. The economy's done, and everyone's going to be affected because of these fixed incomes. We are paying more for less quality stuff and for a less amount of things while we make the same amount or less money. So because of that, people are going to lose their minds. And through that, it's going to be the implementation of the MOTB and all the CBDC, man, the central banking, whatever it stands for, the rest of the acronyms, because it's all pushing forth for an electronic, payment system. Because the next dollar power is not going to be the Chinese yen, the Russian rupee, the Indian rupee, the Russian ruble, Japanese yen. It's not going to be, no, it ain't going to be nothing like that, man. It's going to be the MOTB, point blank, period. It's you're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy. So all this thing is done by design, by the Lord first and foremost, and then, by the hands of these elites, which the Lord allowing, prophecy to unveil and unfold. And we have the download, so we know what to expect, man. So we ain't going to let money, we're going to put our trust in the Lord. We know money is a defense and we need money and whatnot, but ultimately the Lord was going to save us, because a lot of these people, once they realize they ain't got no money, they're going to start. That's why you see crime going so crazy out here, man. Motherfuckers too bored. Ain't no work. Ain't no money to keep them occupied to do anything. So they just getting evil. They getting upset. They getting bitter. They robbing niggas. Dog, they don't even rob people no more these days. Nowadays, you just get shot and killed, and they don't even do precision robberies. I ain't finna, speak carnally and speak about, left-hand shit that Jake do, but, back in the day, Jake used to rob people for goods. Now Jake just kill your ass, and if you got something on you, they take it, but they don't even do no precision. Hey, we're going to get this attack. We know this there, so we're going to go for that, this, that, and the third, man. So You know, with that, Logan, this has to be there. Fine. Straight to the point. Until the next one. Shalom.